Hey, welcome back to edtechmoment.com. I'm your host, Tim McKean, and today we're continuing where Bill left off last week. He took a look at the new Google Forms, and this week I'm going to show you how to start integrating your Google Forms into your Google website that we've been working on together. So let's take a look. All right, here I am inside my Google site that we've been working on together. This is my Edtech Moment test site, and let me tell you what I've done already to get kind of prepared for this tutorial. I've created a new page, as you can see here, that's called the Session 3 quiz. And remember, we can create a new page easily by just coming up to the upper right-hand corner here and clicking on the button that has the page icon with the plus symbol. So that's the new page button to make a new page. I've also gone into my Google Docs and created a quiz. And this is a quiz that I've created for recording with Audacity. It's a quiz, kind of a check for understanding follow-up quiz I use with my students. And you can refer back to Bill's last episode on how to create forms to see that. But it's just a basic. Most of them are multiple choice. I've got a few short answers. And of course, the first, be sure to put in the name for the first question so that I can see who the student is that's responding. I mostly don't use this kind of quiz for a formal grade, but for a simple check for understanding, it gives me a really good picture of how the students are grasping the concept, so I can know whether to recover things or whether it's ready to move forward. So I've got my quiz created and I've got my page created. Now all I have to do is bring the two together. So let's take a look at how to do that. So I'm back on my site. The simplest way is, because it's a Google site and it's a Google quiz or a Google form that the quiz is on, the easiest thing is to simply hit the edit button, come over to my insert menu, and you'll notice over here on the right column here are all the kind of things that we expect to see from our Google Forms. And one of those is a spreadsheet form. So if I click on that, because I'm already logged in using my Google account, you can see how these things are all tying together really nicely. I can scroll through here, and these are my forms that I've already created. So I just need to find the Session 3 quiz on recording with Audacity, select that, and then I'll get to choose some settings. Okay, I don't like to have a border or a title. I get my height and width here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the width blank so that I'll get 100%. You can see here where it says leave empty for 100%. And then the height is always an issue. It's hard to anticipate how tall your form is going to be. So I will just start with something too big. I'll start with something 2,000 pixels, and I'll hit save. Okay, so now you can see it puts in that embedded gadget. We looked at a little bit embedded gadgets last time using a video, and it always shows up just as this beige box. I'm going to go ahead and center it up and then hit save to make it permanent on my site. Okay, and now you can see that it's really nicely taken that form, that quiz that I created, and it's just planted it right here into my page. So it's very nice and easy. As you can see, I've got extra space at the bottom because I made it too tall. I've found that it's easier to make it too tall and have extra space at the bottom than to make it too short and end up with a lot of these scroll bars where students have to try to scroll within the page and scroll down to hit the submit button. I found it's just much easier to have extra space if you need it. If you wanted to go back and adjust the settings there, you could always hit edit again, click on the gadget, and then click on the gear, and that'll take you back in. So if I say, well, I don't want all that extra space, so let me try, taking it down to 1,500 pixels and seeing what that looks like. And so I could adjust those settings as many times as I need to until I get the fit just right. Okay, that looks about right. So now it's easy for my students to come in, click on take the quiz, and when they hit submit, the data gets sent right over to my Google spreadsheet, and it's easy for me to browse through there, see how they did. If I want to export it out to Excel and do some fancy things for grading, I could do that too. But this is just a real nice and easy way to get some feedback from your students.